Your main news channel said your country's been invaded and your president murdered, you'd no doubt be extremely scared. Well, in Georgia, that is exactly what has just happened. And what's worse is that the TV station only gave a brief warning that the Russian attack was a hoax before frightening its primetime viewers for a good 30 minutes. Well, RT's Georgia correspondent, Irina Galushko, who's here in Moscow at the moment, can tell us more here in the studio. Irina, extraordinary story. So, what did they show exactly?
Well, basically, one of the main TV channels, like you said, Imedi, has shown just a hodgepodge of pictures of archive pictures that were taken from the last probably 10 years. And they made it look like the entire country was in appeal. And you can see it on your screens right now. So there's the program. By the way, this was a pilot of a new TV show on Imedi. And that was certainly a great way to kickstart their first day on air with a scandalous report basically showing tanks and saying that about 4 people were killed, about 9 wounded when Russia attacked some of Georgian towns, Tsinvali and Tcheta. Again, these are just pictures that technically have been taken throughout the last 10 years. They're not recent pictures, but it doesn't say so anywhere on the screen, of course.
Sure, so the viewer is unlikely to know that. So what has been the reaction to all of this?
Well, the reaction has been panic, of course. It's been a pandemonium. I just called some of my friends and my producer in Georgia, and I couldn't reach them for a while because everybody that was watching this program, they obviously have reacted to it. The thing is, they have said that this was just a scenario in the beginning. So if you tuned in the middle of the program, and afterwards, after seeing this, went running somewhere to warn your relatives, you didn't see the end, which said again that this was just an example of what might have happened. So people started calling their relatives. The phone lines were shut off. People started gathering up and taking off, leaving Tbilisi because they were in panic. They thought war has started and they had to leave. Basically just a total pandemonium, and of course people are not happy about this. And we do have reports right now that a lot of the people who did see this are going to stage protests in front of the parliament building at the soonest convenience, apparently, because this was something that is absolutely outrageous. You just cannot go and scare people like that with a report without making it plainly obvious that this is not real, this is not happening.
But any explanation from the TV station exactly why they did it in this way?
I think the TV station is going to take their sweet time in trying to explain why they did it, but I can venture a guess and say why this is actually happening in Georgia. Because President Saakashvili is obsessed with this idea that Russia is the main enemy, and Russians are totally set on invading Georgia at their earliest convenience as soon as possible.
What happened in 2008 is very much on people's minds, isn't it?
Absolutely. So they're still living in fear, and he's essentially banking on that fear, and knowing that people are scared, that the last thing in the world they want is war. So he's constantly going on air, doing everything to tell people that this danger basically exists. Yes, thank you. And people are listening, and when things like this happen, and like this is actually what happened on August 2008, when things like this happen, when they see these pictures, they do believe this.
But just finally, will somebody be brought to account for this? The fact that people are protesting now and really very angry, will somebody be brought to account?
I seriously doubt it. It's a pretty wide-known fact that most of Georgian TV channels, and including Imedi, which is one of the top 3 channels, are under strict government control. So basically they say everything that Saakashvili wants them to say. So of course no one's going to carry any responsibility for this.
Extraordinary story. Thank you very much, Irina Galushko, our Georgian correspondent here in Moscow.